What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Deontay, the Bronze Bomber Wilder. You know, Deontay Wilder suffered a similar injury in the second fight and the third fight, and that's what we want to talk about, the infamous ear injury of Deontay Wilder. Now, Deontay Wilder, as you guys can see, he has a bloody ear. Okay, if you see the bulge, you see the blood. Okay, you see where it's swollen around that area. The left ear, he definitely took some punches in that ear, and like I've said before, the punch to the ear was targeted by Tyson Fury. You know, punch placement is very important, especially when you're a boxer. First off, you have to know how to hit. Second of all, you have to know where to hit. And the sweet spot for Deontay Wilder was his ear. You know, the ear, the temple area, it's all around these same areas somewhat. Depends on how high your ears are, right? Well, Deontay Wilder had a pretty good chin, I would like to say, okay, because he did get dazed by some jabs by Fury, even in the second fight, that had him thinking like, wow, okay, what's going on with me? You know, I feel dizzy, I feel weak, I don't feel strong like I normally do. The punch I feel that did it the most was this infamous punch, or punches, to the ear, okay? The ears itself can affect your equilibrium. If you have a earache or ear infection, you know, something going on with your ear, a clogged ear, you know, that can mess up your equilibrium, okay? I've had problems with ears. A couple years ago, I used to wake up, or not wake up, I used to get up and then feel dizzy. And I was like, okay, well, what the hell? You know, do I have the, you know, what's going on? And then I went to my doctor, and then I told them about it, and they cleaned my ear, and that went away suddenly, okay? So just imagine you're in a professional sport, and you get hit by a professional boxer, and you get hit in the ear, and if you've never been hit in the ear before, you're going to think to yourself, okay, what's going on? I feel dizzy, I feel off balance. Those are the things that, you know, you'll be experiencing and you're not familiar with. Wilder was not familiar with that particular punch to the ear. That is why he thought every other thing, because he didn't know and understand what it's like and what your ears do to your equilibrium, okay? I don't know, some kind of physics deal when you're dealing with your ears, okay? Now, when you have a type of injury like Wilder, and he's had that before, you know, a lot of people had the accusations and all that stuff, but the real of the real is he got the same, he had the same reaction. You know, he was slower, he looked off balance, he wasn't as off balance, and I think that was due to extensive training. But I think what hurt him was the added weight, because he was obviously bigger than he was February 22nd versus October 9th. Okay, October 9th, he was 238 pounds, and I believe in February 22nd, he was 231. So he had went up 7 pounds, or 8, because he could have been 230. So, you know, you pack on that, and you get attacked, and you get an injury to your ear like that, and you have to fight through that, and then you're taking constant punches to that ear. That's the problem, okay? And it was superb by Tyson Fury, because they had figured out, look, hit this man in the same area you hit him before, with the same gloves that you had before, okay? So it's going to do the same thing, and it did the exact same thing to Deontay Wilder's ear. You know, I think, though, that Deontay will always have that vulnerability to that particular ear, or, you know, or ears, okay, especially that left ear. That left ear will always give him problems if he gets hit in it. It will always do the same thing. You know, he needs time for that ear to heal, because it could have been an eardrum, it could have been whatever, but we really don't know because we don't know the diagnosis on the doctors. We heard scratches, we heard egg weight form, we heard dents, but we did not hear the condition of his ear, which that's where the blood was coming from, his ear. Okay, so the swelling was protruding from the ear on out towards his temple area. Okay, so those ear injuries will get you. Recommendations for Wilder. When he's in fights, fighting someone with a good right hand, let's say like Joe Joyce or Anthony Joshua, he has to watch out for the right hook fighting someone, a southpaw like Charles Martin, because Charles Martin, he's really good at countering, someone's jab, you know what I mean? And then like he did Gerard Washington, as you guys can see, so he has to watch those type of punches because that punch can land on that ear. His chin may take that punch, but his ear won't. Okay, again, you only have 2 eardrums. So if you keep busting them, he could, or injuring those ears, those eardrums, you could end up in a situation where you could have permanent damage, and you don't want that. He needs to keep those mitts high, instead of putting them towards his chin. Okay, I think that's one of those areas that he needs to protect more than any other area, because it's been now damaged twice, okay, in 2 fights. So the same thing has happened to him. And when I say damage twice, that's an understatement, because punches have hit that ear, not just one punch. One punch didn't do that to Deontay Wilder. Those were multiple punches to Tyson Fury, and Tyson Fury got credit for punching hard. Well, guess what? They're all heavyweights, so they all punch hard. So if you know that all heavyweights punch hard, then you got a guy that had a pre-existing injury to an ear, and then he gets caught with that punch in the same area with a big guy that's almost, 280 pounds. There you go. More insult to injury. So what you think's going to happen? All right? So he needs to protect that ear moving forward, and I think people should really pay attention to pre-existing injuries, because like a baseball player or a football player, better yet, is he have a bad shoulder, you target the shoulder, right? Or some other, if he has a bad knee, you target the knee, and it's in this combat sport, you do malicious things like that because you have to find out where the kink in the armor is. And the kink in the armor is, for Deontay Wilder moving forward, is that infamous ear. But anyway, that's my counterpunch on Deontay Wilder. You guys tell me what you think of this video. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.